Hello, it's freezing outside today and that makes me fancy some comfort food. A nice thick stew. So I'm going to make myself a bœuf bourguignon, a French classic. So first I'm going to get a casserole pot heating up. I'm going to grab some vegetable oil, get it in there and get this heating up. I have some beef that I got from the butcher's. I want to get this browned off, but I'm going to do it in batches. I'm putting a few bits in at the time so I don't overcrowd the pan and I get some nice caramelisation on the beef. When I was at the butcher's, I also got some smoked streaky bacon. Now, I'm just going to get this diced up into little lardons and fried off as well. With the meats cooked, now it's time for some vegetables. So we're going to start with a couple of onions. I'm going to get peeled and sliced. No need for any more oil in here because we've got all the lovely rendered bacon fat to fry these in. Now we can add some garlic. I'm going to get a couple of cloves crushed and in there, and then strip the leaves off a few sprigs of thyme and they go in. To this, we're going to add roughly 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Get that mixed in and stirred and cook out for about a minute. To this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of plain flour. This is going to soak up all that fat and it's going to help to thicken the sauce at the end. I've cooked this flour out for a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to add some red wine. It's about 3/4 of a bottle because there's a glass missing. I don't know how that happened exactly. Now I'm just going to turn the heat up and bring this up to the simmer. The meats can now go into this, and what I have is half a litre, 500 millilitres of beef stock. I'm going to get that put in as well. Now I'm just going to turn down the heat and let this bubble away for a couple of hours until hopefully this meat is beautifully tender. While this is simmering away, I'm going to peel some shallots. I'm going to leave the stalk on them a bit so they don't fall apart during cooking. I've got a pan on the heat that I'm going to get some oil put into, then a knob of butter that I'm going to gently fry these onions over a low heat for about 10 minutes until they're nice and caramelised. Whilst those onions are cooking, I've got some chestnut mushrooms that I'm just going to quarter ready to go in next. these are nice and caramelised. So I'm going to get these removed from the pan, and then I can get my mushrooms in and start frying them in batches. Now mushrooms tend to soak up a lot of oil, so I might need to put a bit more oil and butter in when I come to the second batch. This has been simmering away now for 2 hours. I'm going to tip these onions and mushrooms in and give it one more half-hour session, and then it should all be done. So this is now all done. I've just added some seasoning at the end, and we are ready to serve. It's really thickened up beautifully. Just a little bit of chopped parsley on top to finish. And while this was cooking away, I baked some fresh baguettes. So I'm going to serve it with that. But you could do some mashed potato or pomme puree and some veg as well to make it go a little further. I think this should serve 4 to 6 people. So that's it all done. Some beef stew, nice and warming on a cold day. So if you excuse me, I'm going to enjoy this.